All right, guys. Wait. Good intro. Okay. Welcome back to EWC, and this time it's Sweden versus Belgium. And hi, Turtle, once again.
Hello. I thought you were going to forget that time. I was just going to stay muted until halfway through the first point when you forgot I was still here.
I think I put. That's not the music, also. Here you go. Alright, so we know the teams already. I think we can skip directly to the bands.
Okay.
If I can show that to your screen as well. Here you go. Jungle, once more,
So,
banned by Sweden.
yeah. It's a common ban. I think perhaps maybe it's a simpler map in the identity, which is also quite difficult to get consistently. So teams looking for maps which, you know, perhaps the optimizations are clearer. And so jungle has been we've been seeing a lot of bans on that. Not to say it's not a great map, but the other map banned by Belgium, which is Mesa, is also a great map. So quality of map clearly not the main concern here for the bans and picks.
Yep. And I'm still looking forward to see some room, hopefully.
Yes. So was this? I think this might have been Sweden's first pick. Actually, I can't remember which team was first banned.
Yeah, what's Sweden?
Sweden. So also their first pick is Retro, which we didn't see in the game earlier today. This was banned.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Can't remember which team banned Australia or Finland, but it was this ban and Jungle which was banned. This map and Jungle which was banned. So the first time we're going to be seeing this in the semi-finals.
Cool. Seems like everyone's ready, so let's jump straight into the first game.
Right. Okay, everyone's loaded in. That's a good start.
Yep.
So
Everyone's moving as well.
yeah, also a good start. Bold
Yeah.
Potato, first player to finish here. 10.262. No idea whether that's a good time. I will be quickly searching up the level now.
Rocking the OG pink skin. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the OG skins that's not been used a lot. Idzak with a time as well, and Arwen. 10.4 from Idzak and 10.229 from Arwen. And Brent finishing as well with a 10.382, putting the lead slightly towards Belgium with their 10.322 average. Loving a 322 there. Definitely did that as a reference to me.
Right. Cly still not finishing.
Pulling a Cly, as one might say. He does have world record on this map and got it 50 minutes ago with a 10.098. So
You're
it's
really
clearly
trying
something
to
he's been practicing.
make it stick.
Yeah, potentially just going for that perfect time. These 10.2s, by the way, sitting at around 16th, 17th on the map. So good times from the Swedish side, and actually the Belgian side as well. Oh, there we go. Okay, fine. Everyone now on the 10.2. Clyde
Wow,
taking
look
that
at his
10.210, and Belgian guy a 10.295. Very nice times from the Swedish team here. With a minute left, Belgium are going to need to pull something out of the bag to catch up.
Not that much to catch up, but yeah, still quite more than what we've seen before.
Yeah, Clyde with a PB again, down to a 10.165, a top 10 time for the map.
Ouch.
With the Belgian current PB sitting at 10.262, they're going to need some big improvements in this last 30 seconds. Of course, this being Sweden's pick, we expect to see them pull ahead, but this is a very, very solid performance from them.
Yeah.
Why arguably they're favourites in this competition. 15 seconds left. Looks like people are on last runs.
Triple wicket, maybe. Very unlikely.
Yeah, Brent's no longer going to finish, Belgian guy, and Bolt the Potato no longer finishing. Just brilliant times from Sweden there. Would have been difficult for any team, I think, to have beaten them on that map.
Yeah.
Client Owen with number 1 and number 2 global on it. I should also say, Belgian guy had a 10.161 about 20 minutes ago. So, unfortunately, wasn't able to repeat that in this round, but
Wow.
a lot of competitive players on this map here.
Alright, what's the next map?
Yeah, we're 1-0 up to Sweden now. Belgium will be hoping that they can take a point back on their own pick. And it looks like they're going to go for Eruption. One of the 3 Narwhal maps of the round. We saw this earlier today as well. In fact, we saw almost all the maps earlier today. Bar Room, Jungle, and Retro. So a lot of these maps will be able to compare to other performances.
Yeah.
Bolt the Potato saying, "Why no one hyping me up? Don't worry, I'm ready to see a Bolt the Potato clutch again." Cool Carrot in chat saying, "I reckon that Belgium could pull off an upset." You know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe they will. Some good times from any of them out of nowhere, and I don't think the Swedish side is as unbeatable as they perhaps make themselves look in some of these rounds.
Yeah. I think can't help to hope to see some of this, some of what they pulled last time. All right, everyone's ready. So let's jump into game 2.
So this map, Ulwin has world record, Cly is 3rd, and it's 25th. So the 3 of them with pretty solid times on this map. But Bolt the Potato and Belgian guy and Brent, who's not even playing this round, are top 15. So in fact, Lenny Boy's 18th. So this actually looks like a pretty close match on paper. Getting some times in off the bat. Ulwin though with the first sub 8.5, which I think is what all the players in this lobby are going to be aiming for. That 8.482, already a top 25 time. Very nice from Ulwin. Lead very slightly in Sweden's favour, but Cly and Lenny Boy still to finish, so A lot can change. There
There
we
you
go.
go.
Lenny Boy finishes
First place.
8.462. Very nice time. That is a PB, by the way, from Lenny Boy. First finish
What?
in this lobby, and his previous best was an 8.477. So we're very happy with that.
Yes.
Clyde deciding to remove the allegations and just finish so that he doesn't get, so that we don't keep mentioning him pulling a Clyde. We're gonna do
Yep.
it anyway.
Let's go, guys. Carrot in the chat rooting for potato. I think it's appropriate. Let's see if they
Um,
can do it again.
lead currently with Belgium. Clyde sitting behind, but Owen does have the lead currently with this 8.447. Very nice time from him. That sits 7th global currently.
Oh my
So
god. So close.
very little room for him to improve here. Similarly for Lenny Boy with that 8.462. Wow, it's very close now. Just by 1,000th after Clyde, and I think Bolt also PBing there. But Belgium still hold a lead with a minute left.
Oh my god.
Cly and Idzak currently on, sorry, not Cly, Idzak and Bolt the Potato with these times around the 8.54 region.
Improvement from what?
Belgian guy 8.448.
Takes the lead.
Very nice. That's again around the 7th position. That's a PB for Belgian guy as well. Both of the
What?
Belgian guy and Lenny Boy getting PBs in this lobby now.
Oh my god. 15 seconds left.
Idzak, Cly is gonna need to pull a Wakak in these last runs now. It looks like Idzak's failed, Cly has failed,
I'll win.
and Owen doesn't have enough room to get a big enough PB, so that's it.
Wow.
Brilliant times there from Belgium. Lenny Boy and Belgian guy, both with times, you know, around that top 10 sort of region. Clutching up really for the Belgians there to take a point away from the.
Yeah, not that many teams have managed to do that, right?
Well, if we remove points in which Cly has performed a Cly,
Right.
Sweden has lost 1 point so far to Australia.
What?
So this is now the 2nd point they have lost so far in the tournament that's not from Clyde DNFing. In fact, they've DNF'd as many rounds as they've lost due to time differences. Alright, 1-1. Sweden still looking very strong though. It's going to require quite the performance, I'd say, even now from Belgium to overtake. Looking like as well, Sweden gonna pick Kingdom as their next pick of this map.
Alright.
Alwyn with world record here, Cly with 2nd. Idzak 18th. This is clearly a map that Sweden's looking pretty comfortable on. But Brent, a top 10 time here. Belgian guy 12th. Bolt the Potato 14th. So actually, those three are ahead of Idzak currently with PBs. You know, I think they're a lot more consistent than perhaps a lot of people. Well, they've got a lot more potential, I think, than a lot of people perhaps give them credit for. And it puts the pressure on Sweden because they do have to get these insane times that we sort of take for granted, that they're getting top 10, top 5 times almost every match.
Yeah.
But they need to. Belgium are putting the pressure on them here. As we saw last game, despite Owen's top 5-ish time on the map. So they needed that. That they need to be getting lots of those really, really solid times here.
Yeah. Well, seems like everyone's ready, so let's go. Game 3.
Okay, here we go. Everyone's in. Looks like Brent, the only person to finish on the first run. I lie, it's Zach also finished on the first run. 9.195 from him. Belgian guy taking the lead with a 9.028.
Alright,
It's a nice time, sitting around 25th on the map. But we know what everyone in this lobby is capable of. As I say that.
Yeah.
With an 8.927, that's insane. That's another top 10 time. That sits at 6th on this map. Bolt the Potato finishes as well, and Cly. Average now in Sweden's favour.
Let's go. Guest in the chat cheering for Belgium. The flag is the same, right? So I'm guessing that's why he's. I was like jokes now.
Whilst you were making that brilliant joke, Brent got an 8.932, which ties his PB for this map, and brings the difference to not as much at all really anymore. Bolt the Potato sitting on this 9.180 in 6th, but if that time gets reduced down to oh well, it's reduced slightly, and the lead does come closer. But if Belgian guy and Bolt can keep up with these PBs, it's not necessarily a free win for Sweden. There we go, another PB from Bolt, overtaking Idzak now.
Oh my god, I'm getting stressed.
Flies 8.965, a very good time as well, and it's kind of making the difference right now. The difference between that and Belgian guy on a 9.028 is what's giving the lead to Sweden with 1 minute to go. Oh, this is very tight here. Not seen many PBs in a while. But any sort of, you know, 5/100ths PB increases would probably be enough to change the scores here.
Yeah.
Fly with an 8.911. That's an incredible time. That's ties 4th on this map.
What?
Meaning both Cly, Bolt with a PB as well though. It's very tight now, despite these top 5 times here from Sweden.
Let's do it.
10 seconds left, last runs now.
Bolt. Oh man.
Does not manage to PB. Wow. That's incredible. Despite Belgium's incredible average of an 8.974. Cly and Owen both getting top 6 global times on this map. Enough to keep the score just about in their favour.
That's insane.
Wow. Insane performance from both teams there. Looks like we're going to get a pretty tight match here. I think it's fair to say.
Yeah. Alright, it's now Belgium's turn to pick.
I have to say, I do find it incredible watching both Owen and Cly so consistently able to get those times very near to their PBs, and actually not only their PBs but the world records on these maps. It also looks like, I'm not 100% sure on it, but Idzak seems to be their consistent third player here for these rounds.
Yeah.
Okay, Belgium going for a pick on numbers here. Would not be surprised if on this map we're going to yet again see, well, it's a Cly world record here. But actually this, I think, is a very solid pick for Belgium. Bolt the Potato, Belgian guy, and Brent all top 9 on this map. Ahead of Orwin in 16th and Itzak in 25th. So
Yeah.
the Belgian peak here for this map does look very solid. I think this was a good pick from them. Clyde really upset with us calling it, and Clyde finishing on his first run now just to try and change his fate. Belgium got 7.682 off the start. Brilliant time from him.
As well. Bold,
I
mean.
Bold the Potato, 7.646, almost his PB. Puts that time currently would sit 7th on the leaderboard without his time. Very solid start from Belgium. Quality pick from them for sure. The entire Swedish team finished now, but quite far behind in this first 40 seconds. If we can see a PB from Brent to down to these low 7.6s, I'll be honest, I'm not sure if I can see even a Swedish team being able to come back. Belgian guy with the PB as well now, 7.645. That's 2,000 off his PB in a live round. It's quite incredible to see. PB still coming from the Swedish side, but they're struggling to match these times from Belgium currently.
Yeah.
Brent sitting behind, but still ahead of both Clyde and Itzak. Wow. Okay. As I say that, Clyde with a PB that.
But Brent as well. Securing the lead slightly for Belgium.
Yeah, Clyde's time currently, by the way, sits at 5th on this map.
Wow.
Very nice time. Brent with a 0.7 now, so still room to improve, but without a PP from Itzak down to, you know, at the very minimum a 0.8, and then big PBs from Orwin still. It already almost looks like this is too far for the Swedish team to catch up in this last 40 seconds.
Oh my god.
This is an incredible performance, I have to say, from the Belgian team.
Yeah.
I'm honestly surprised this was not their first pick. They look so comfortable here, getting these good times early on the board.
Last run maybe for its suck.
Here, oh, he
That's
might.
it?
No, he doesn't have time to finish another one. And Orwin will not be PBing here. Very strong performance there from Belgium. And I'll be honest, it's possibly the first wobble we've seen from the Swedish side. Not looking as strong on this map as they've looked on other ones. I'm sure this time in another lobby would look incredible, but really a 0.2 difference total between the Belgian average and the Swedish average means on average a Belgian player is 0.2 ahead of the average Swedish player. I mean, I guess I'm just saying what average means, but that's a pretty major difference. Very solid from them. Although, again, Belgium winning their pick, Sweden winning their picks. As time goes on and we get towards these later rounds, it can definitely change. It can look very even to begin with as each team are picking their strongest maps, and as we get into those more 50-50 picks in the middle, if one team has a slight advantage, that's where they can really pull ahead. Okay, so the slice pick from Sweden. Clyde doesn't have world record on this. In fact, Clyde is only 3rd on this map. Okay, so it looks like we're getting a slice pick for sure.
Yep.
Everyone readying up?
Let's go.
This is actually a very good map for Belgium. I'm surprised by the pick here. Again, the 3 players on this Belgian side, all top 9 on the map. Again, you know, it might not be something they can consistently achieve, but if they can... Oh, wow. Incredible time from Clyde
Right
off
off
the
the bat.
start. First time in 9.461. Beats Brent's PB on this map, and Bolt the Potato's PB on this map, actually. Would put it at 7th, removing Clyde's other time, 8th, including it. That's an incredible start from him there. Of course, it's brilliant being good at a map, but you've got to be able to consistently be good at a map for it to be a worthwhile pick for you. And so maybe Sweden, despite seeing these Belgian PBs, have decided that this is a map that, at the very least, Clyde can be consistent on.
Yeah.
Average is looking pretty similar right now, but Sweden, 3 players finished, Belgium only 2. Belgian guy yet to finish this map right now. The 9.611 from Brent sits closer to a 25th sort of spot on this map. I said that whilst looking down at my phone to check that, and he's now at 9.580. Regardless,
Belgian guy.
I was about to say Sweden with a pretty sizable lead. Belgium gonna need to do something special. That's the something special they were looking for. Belgium go with a 9.566, puts the lead into Belgium's favour, but only slightly. It's very close at the moment.
Yeah. There you go.
Back over to Sweden now. A minute left. All still to play for. Bolt the Potato currently sitting in that last place time.
Not a bad time here.
That's a good run though. Puts the lead healthily towards Belgium now. Owen and Itzak sitting behind on the 9.6s, whereas this entire Belgian team managing to get 9.5s. Very solid from them here.
Did he PB again? I missed it. No, I think not.
Owen PBs makes this lead look a lot more comebackable for Sweden now, but Itzak and Owen gonna need to PB more. At least one of them, potentially both, to come back here.
Oh,
Owen,
no.
as I say that, with a 9.548,
What?
10 seconds left, maybe last runs now.
What?
But Potato PBs as well, down to a 9.545, beating Owen's time. And Belgium are
What
gonna win.
just happened?
Oh my gosh! And just as I thought Owen had done enough to put the lead to Sweden,
I was like, that's it.
Polter Potato comes in clutch.
No
Oh my
way.
gosh. It puts the lead to Belgium.
What?
3-2 up. This is incredible scenes. Belgium, 13th seed I believe of this tournament. Coming into this game, clear underdogs, now take the early lead versus Sweden. Wow, this is incredible to see.
Nice. Alright,
Oh.
so...
It looks like, I think as well, this is a Belgium pick again.
Yeah.
The first break point of the match goes to Belgium. A lot still to play for. We're only, we're not very far in, and I do think that was a bit of a weird pick from Sweden. As Alwyn, it was not a strong map for him, and Belgium were all very good on that map. This might have been one that they'd picked themselves.
Room. Here we go.
We finally get a room pick. Okay. Time to check the data out for room. Actually, Clyde only 6th on this map, although that is tied with 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 7th, which includes Brent and Belgian guy. Local behind on a 9.466, who has joined for the Belgian side here, and Owen on a 9.500, Idzak. I cannot find Idzak actually. Down actually on a 9.616. So this is a good pick, I think, from Belgium. Idzak clearly not as consistent on this map as some of these other players. And if Brent, Belgian guy, and local can all get 0.4s, I'm not sure if Idzak has it in him to PB enough to he'd have to PB by a lot to put this in the into Sweden win.
All right, everyone's ready, so let's jump straight into the game. First, room tick.
Here we go. Right. So this map has a very strange route. The intention of this map was that you jump to the right, take the glider, hit the button on the right of the initial platform. You then go to the left. I think actually, you know what? Idzak is currently running this route. That maybe he isn't. Looks like he got a time on with the normal route and is now going for this extended route. The extended route collects the buttons in a different order, as any order is fine on this map. Oh wow, Idzak actually with a 9.6633, and I didn't even notice Cly with a 6.450, which is that second place time. There's so far only been found a way to save one frame on that. So Cly, not much to do in this lobby now. He'd have to PB to world record, in fact, to be able to do anything here.
Oh my god.
Belgian team yet to finish though. Of course, the end of this map, very tricky to get consistently. You've got to land perfectly on the wall jump into the last button. And it can be very tricky to get this consistently. Just watching each of the Belgian players here, but none of them are managing to get this final trick here. Okay, there we go. Brent, the first to get it for this Belgian team. Average still very slightly with Sweden though. Belgian guy and local currently pulling Cly's. Unlike Cly, who set a 0.450, which is second global early into this lobby. Local and Belgian guys still yet to finish. Only a minute left now. Both of them clearly going for perfect runs here. Local gets a very decent run though now. And Belgian guy gets a finish as well, meaning the average is now slightly in Sweden's favor. But we do know that this Belgian team has PBs on this map that can go far faster than their current times are showing. Orwin as well, sitting on... Okay, Orwin PBs as soon as I say that, down to a 6.516. The lead and local to a 0.516 now as well. This is Cly and Itzak versus Brent and Belgian here in last runs now.
Maybe Brent.
Brent doesn't manage it, and it doesn't look like any of those Belgian players manage it on this on their last runs there. Meaning Sweden take a break point back immediately. Very impressive as well from Cly. Very early into that game, getting that 6.450. Second global, well, tied second global time. Very important that he got that there. In fact, Cly managed to get this time for the first time only an hour or so before this lobby. Belgian guy saying as well, in a practice round before this lobby started, got a 0.450. So unfortunate for them that they couldn't manage to get them themselves, but Cly carrying this point.
Yeah. All right, back to Sweden.
Yeah, back to a Sweden pick. It's 3-all. A lot still to play for. Both teams needing 3 points to win from here.
Switch it is.
It's a switch pick now from Sweden. They'll be hoping that they can convert this pick. Cly third on this map as well. It's almost inevitable, isn't it? A top 3 from Cly on almost every map that he plays, but
Yeah.
looks like everyone ready for this map now.
Yep.
So we will start. Orwin also 7th on this map, and Idzak 10th. This is one of Idzak's best maps we've seen in terms of PBs so far. So I think this is a solid pick here from Sweden. Belgium, Boulder Potato 8th on this map. Brent 15th, Belgian guy 19th. So Clyde with an 11.681 off the start. Not a bad time at all, sitting around 25th. Good to get on the board. Brent and Bolt also getting on the board, but with slightly slower times here. I do think Clyde is doing this on purpose, though, now, based on what we said last week.
Yeah. Same. Trying to undo the saying.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna
Looks
have
like
to
Orwin
drop
on a
it.
decent run here. Oh, nice, an 11.613, and Clyde down to an 11.627 as well.
Ooh.
Around 20th on this map those times. Oh, Bolt, an 11.513, very solid time from him there. That's a PB for him by 200ths. And it beats Orwin's PB on this map, putting it at 7th global. Very good time there from him. And in fact, it's currently the difference maker. It's putting the lead to Belgium's favour very slightly here. But a lot of room for a lot of these players to improve still.
Yeah. Still
This
quite-
trick at the start is also something which is clearly causing a lot of players to not necessarily get as many runs in on this map as they might on other ones. As all of the players needing to get this super fast start, as it's the only way for it to really be
valuable.
competitive. Yeah, valuable in this lobby. Bolt still with a 10th lead over the entire lobby right now, making everyone else's times look... I mean, it's making everyone else's times look slow. They're not slow times. These are good times, but Bolt with an incredible time at the top of the lobby. 45 seconds left. Idzak PB's down to an 11.627. Nice time from him.
They do it. 30 seconds. What? They...
PBs though from Belgium. I didn't even see who it was the PB, but it was one of Brent or Belgian guy.
Oh my god.
All of the players sitting on
0
0.6s now,
milliseconds.
other than Bolt. With that 0.513, it's so far ahead of the rest of the lobby. We've got 15 seconds left. Looks like Clyde's on a decent pace run here.
Oh my god. No. What?
Oh my gosh, he does it. He gets a 0.5 as well. And
Oh
despite
my
PBs
God,
from Belgium, I don't think there's enough time for them to finish any runs. Unless Belgium... No, Belgium guy doesn't have time to finish. And Sweden taking the point.
What's happening?
Oh my gosh. Cly clutching up when he needs to take this point for Sweden.
Really nicely done.
Wow. Pressure back onto Belgium now, despite that incredible time from Bolt in that lobby.
Yeah.
They're going to be feeling pressure now. Belgium's pick, I believe. And they're going to want to take a point right back.
Yep, else it's gonna go for too much point, right? 5.
Yeah, 4-3 currently to Sweden.
Yeah.
No one wants to lose the 5th point. Losing the 5th point puts you mentally in a state where you know you can't make mistakes.
Yeah.
And it's hard to play when you know everything's on the line. It looks like Belgium just taking a breather, trying to work out what direction is best for them to go here.
The map is fitting because it's gonna be decompression.
Yes, decompression, the pick here.
Everyone in the
this is
chat
a-
with their predictions. I don't know, guys. I'm still hoping for
I definitely want a tiebreaker here. That's what I want to see.
right. Let's see if everyone's ready.
So this, by the way, this map, similar to Room, has a lack of precision on the end, due to a physics bug. Well, not bug, just a way in which the physics works. Meaning, we're only going to see times, you know, to pretty much probably to the nearest frames. Kly, Ulwin, and Itzak here for Sweden. I'd be interested to know whether Zap was not able to make it, because Zap currently has 5th global on this map. Kly with tied world record, which sits at a 10.150 by the way at the moment.
Okay.
So a lot of people getting times off the bat. A 10.1050
Good
from
times.
from Bolt is a very nice first time. As I said, you're only getting times on the frames pretty much here. So Brent with a 10.295 is actually kind of not what we expect to see here. Slightly ahead of Kly's 10.300, but potentially, I think, not being on frames means you could have been slightly faster in the end. So perhaps Brent also was similarly looking at a time around 10.250 range, and unfortunately didn't quite make it. Belgian guys still yet to finish a run after the first minute.
Belgium
And currently-
guy MVP. Let's go. Oh,
As you say that, there we go. Gets a 10.283. Very nice time as well, putting all of the Belgian players ahead of the Swedish players on this map.
improvements as well from Brent, I think.
Yeah, down to a 10.266. So there we go. He's back onto the frame. The frames that we're expecting. We're expecting plus multiples of 0.05 plus minus plus 0.16 or plus 0.33. So this time from Gly as well, slightly not what we expect, but just about beating Belgian guy. A minute left.
Oh my god.
Very solid times for everyone in this lobby so far. Although still room for a lot of people to PB. There we go. Brent with a 10.233. And Ulwin PBs as well, but it's not enough currently. He's going to need to get this down to at least a 10.3, probably a low 10.2, unless Kly and Idzak can pull something out of the bag in this last 30 seconds here. It's very solid times here from the Belgian side. Giving them a solid lead, and it looks like Bolt's on a decent pace to run here.
Wow, massive. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, PBs from Idzak and
Raising
Kly
the
down to a
pressure.
10.212 and a 10.250. As I was saying earlier, Owen needs this low 10.3. That's what he needed. But no more time for him to finish. Idzak is on the last run now. And doesn't manage to do it. Wow.
Oh, that was
Solid times from Belgium. And they hold out against the Swedish onslaught again.
Nicely done.
Wow. So we're now at 4-all. The second game today to go to 4-all.
Yeah, seems like decompression worked for the Belgian team.
Yeah. I think it's also safe to say this Belgian side looking a lot stronger than, I think the Swedish side perhaps expected them to be. You know, they go into these lobbies being so sure of their incredible times on maps, but Belgium just, I think, clearly by the looks of things, underrated on that map, of course. Bolt before the lobby sitting at an 11th place. Belgian guy 14th. Brent 16th. They've
Yeah,
clearly practiced these maps.
Belgium arrived 13th, right, during qualifiers.
Yeah.
Going
So
good for them so far.
yeah, I think after today, it's difficult to say that even if they go into losers bracket, it's difficult to rule them out at all.
Yeah.
Taking 4 points against a Swedish side that's not DNFing is already an incredible start.
Yeah.
So Sweden taking what I think is going to be a printer pick here.
Everyone's ready.
All right, here we go. It has to be said, this is not Clyde's best map. Clyde's 17th here. Allwyn up in 11th, but this Belgian side has Brent in 8th, Bolt in 12th. Belgian guy, admittedly a little bit further down in 36th, but they've got good players here. It's going to be a tight one. All with an 8.193, and which is now an 8.178,
Yeah.
and Bolt the Potato with an 8.182. Very solid times to be getting early on into this match. Low 8.1s are sort of where we expect the limit for these players to be in these games. World record sits in 8.095, but there's only 2 times sub 8.1. So anything below the sort of 8.13 region is where they're going to be hoping to get with this. It's a very optimized map. Currently, Sweden taking an early lead, but not by a lot. It's Zag with a lot of room to improve.
What?
Oh my gosh, we're in one of those situations again, guys. It's happened. The teams are tying right now on the scores that you can see.
We need more
But
decimals.
Sweden just ahead on decimals you cannot currently see. Sorry,
Oh my
Belgium
God.
currently ahead. Not Sweden. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
I think again this is by 1,000th right now. We've got just over a minute left. It can't stay like this the whole match. They can't leave us in this state of.
Sure.
Someone's got to get a PB. We're a minute left. There's no way we stick at this time for the rest of this game.
Oh my God.
We're down to the last quarter of the game now,
A couple runs
and no
left.
one has PB'd for ages. Anyone getting a PB here could make the difference. And there's space for everyone to PB, and it doesn't need to be by a lot. 30 seconds
1
left.
millisecond.
Belgium with the lead by 1,000th total. A third of that on averages. 20 seconds left. We've not seen any
way.
PBs in ages. This
One
map
more
has
run,
been
maybe.
stuck for so long. Is Zach on a run here, and he fails it.
I'll win also. Kai, maybe.
Potentially anyone. They might still have time to finish runs.
I'll win. What? It's such.
No, it's not. It's not fast enough. It's not a PB. Meaning Belgium hold out with this win by 1,000th total.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, I cannot believe they held that for so long throughout that game. And despite Clyde's 8.146, it's not enough.
You gotta love Belgium, right? Like any game they get in. It's always crazy outcomes.
Yeah. I mean, currently they are
5-4.
5-4
Match
up,
point?
meaning it's match
Against
point to
Sweden?
Belgium.
What? Alright.
Sweden need to back-to-back wins on the last two maps. On the last two maps. Wow. This is insane. Um, it's first to six, and Belgium currently 5-4 up. Um, Sweden now gonna have to win back-to-back matches to avoid dropping down to the losers bracket. This is insane.
Yeah. So 2 maps left, which are Fog and Target.
Yes, I don't think we've seen Target yet. I don't think we've seen Fog. So, I doesn't at this point, as much as you know, it's more about momentum here.
Yeah.
It's a Belgian pick, and if they lose this one, presumably they will have chosen the map they think they have a better chance on. Sweden will be going into the tiebreaker feeling good. However, Belgium will be hoping they can just kill the game here and now with a pick on target.
Alright, let's get started.
Okay, so this map, to me, appears like one that none of the players here are particularly comfortable with. Cly, in fact, sitting at 19th, Orwell at 17th, Brent all the way down at 26th. So
Might see some
we could be
PBs.
seeing PBs from players here. In fact, we might need PBs from players here. Orwin and Brent just getting on the board. They'll be looking for times definitely at 9.6s, potentially even low 9.6s or 9.5s, if they're going to get those personal bests that they would so desperately want in this lobby. Cly, Itzak, Belgian guy, and Bolt Potato still not finishing in this first minute. As I said, a map that it looks like these teams are just not that comfortable on. Although Cly, as I say that, Cly, Itzak, Belgian guy, finishing the map. Cly tying Brent's time in first right now. Not for long. Bolt with a 9.710, top of this lobby right now. It looks good currently for Belgium, but Itzak sitting behind on this 10.579, which I'm sure in the second half of the match he will improve on. Looks like he's on a decent pace run now. Okay, there we go, down to a 9.863, which puts these averages very close to each other. Bolt the Potatoes time and Brent's time, though, in the lead right now for Belgium, putting this average towards their side. Belgian guy sitting behind with a 9.879, but we know what he's capable of. PBs, though, from, I think, Itzak, puts the average just in the favour of Sweden, as Brent PB is at the top of the lobby as well, down to a 9.678. 50 seconds left, and Belgian guy with a lot of room still to improve on his time here. But 3,000 in it between the two teams here. Not seeing any PBs in a while, but there we go. PB from Itzak from bottom of the lobby up to a 9.696. That sub 9.7 I was talking about earlier puts the lead healthily.
1 second though, in between. Wow.
Last run's probably now for Belgium. Belgian guy needs a PB here for them. Might be his last run now. And it doesn't look like he's going to have time to finish. And despite that time from Brent, a 9.678 at the top of the lobby, the 9.696 from Itzhak, the most unlikely of places on this Swedish team. Not Arwen, not Klai, but Itzhak keeps them in the competition. And we're going to tiebreaker, guys.
Quite unexpected.
Both teams, the nerves will be getting to them. And I can't lie, for a tiebreaker, this is going to be an intense match.
Yeah.
Klai and Owen both pretty confident on this map. Itzhak slightly further behind, and as we've seen from this Belgian side, Belgian guy up in 6th, Brent in 19th, Bolt in 20th. It typically, as we've seen in these games, but not in this last lobby. Klai and Owen having very good times, but the entire Belgian team looks like they could be getting times from anywhere. It's 5-all. Last match.
Alright, everyone's ready.
Of course, whichever team loses this will be in losers bracket and playing again tomorrow, but it's going to be a tough game as they'll be playing the winner of Netherlands and USA. Both teams want to win here, get that guaranteed top 3, get into the finals of winners bracket.
Oh no, not the Halloween music for the last match. Last game.
The Halloween music coming in. It's 5-all. Last match. Klai and Itzhak with times of the bat. The 7.549 from Klai, decent time for this map. Straight away, sitting at sitting at Itzhak's PB already. Owen the 7.531, very good time as well. But currently, a lot still to play for after this first 40 seconds or so. Itzhak down to a 7.630, very good from him, as I think it's going to be critical here what he gets in this match. The difference between, because in some of these matches, Owen and Klai's brilliant times up front have not quite been enough. It's going to be important what all of them get here. A minute in and Sweden with the lead, but Bolt with a 7.610. It's these 7.5s though from Owen and Klai up at the top that are making the difference right now. We're going to need to see 0.5s, I think, from Belgium here now. The average on Sweden down to a 7.557, so in fact, we will need to see 0.5s from Belgium here in this second half of the match. Sweden with a sizable lead now after Itzhak getting a 0.5 as well. But there we go, the first 0.5 that they needed from Belgian guy. Brent and Bolt going to need to be getting times though, and with these top times now in this lobby from Owen and Klai, one of them is going to need to get below a 0.553, which is such a good time for this match. There we go, Brent PBs as well, down to a 7.580. A minute left now. Gonna need to see more PBs though. There we go, Brent down to a 7.549, puts these averages even closer again. Belgium slowly catching up. They're not going for a cat here, they're going for a slow climb into Sweden's territory here.
Victory.
Owen and Klai not PB'd. In fact, Itzhak also not PB'd for a long time in this map. 30 seconds left. Going to need to see a PB here from Bolt, probably. Or two incredible PBs from Brent and Belgian guy to bring this average down to below a 7.553.
What?
We get a PB from Bolt, but it's not enough.
Oh no.
15 seconds left. Belgian players on their last runs or so now. 10 seconds. These have to be their last runs now. Bolt with not enough in that run. I don't think there's time. Sweden going to close out the match. Incredible scenes there from both sides, but just an incredible performance from Sweden in that last point to convert the game. 5-4 down but they didn't let the pressure get to them, and they've converted to a 6-5 win. Wow, what a performance there.
Yeah, I really enjoyed watching that match, and most of the matches from Belgium actually. But yeah, great performance from Sweden, as expected, I would say.
Yeah, great performance from Sweden, and perhaps such a great performance from Belgium that whoever ends up facing them in losers bracket tomorrow, it's gonna be worried. Like, some of those average times in those lobbies were looking solid, and they certainly made Belgium look like they certainly made Sweden look like a beatable team.
Right. Yeah.
But that means that Sweden
Several
guaranteed
points
top
there.
3.
Nice.
Yeah, very good job to them. First team to guarantee their place in top 3, but we are going to find out now who's going to be the second team to guarantee their spot in top 3. So you guys, the next match was meant to start 3 minutes ago.
Yep.
So we'll be getting that going as quickly as we can. In the meantime,
Someone reminding me to not forget to reset the scores. Yes.
I'm just messaging Fred to ask whether I can announce something or not.
Sorry, what?
But I will. I'm gonna send you a message now, by the way, Fred, to ask whether we're announcing something or not.
Alright, I'm gonna put that.
Okay. Right. Whilst Fred is setting up for the next lobby, I'm gonna make a quick announcement for you guys. As you know, each round we've been adding 2 maps. Means in the first round we had 9 maps, best of 7. Second round, 11 maps, best of 9. This round, 13 maps, best of 11. Meaning, of course, next week we're going to be having 15 maps. But of course, this is a lot of maps for you guys to learn. For whoever still maintains in the competition. So we've decided to make the decision that we're going to be bringing back maps from previous weeks, based on a vote which you guys get to do, I think, tomorrow. We'll be voting on which is your favorite map from each of the previous weeks, and they will be in the grand finals pool. Now, of course, as this is going to be a vote out to the people watching rather than the players, you guys get to pick which maps you enjoyed watching the most. Maybe it's a map which, you know, had a really intense Wakak moment in it, or a map which just looks really visually cool, or something with a super fun identity. Anything, whatever you guys like, you guys are going to get to vote and bring those back for the grand finals. It also means I think we're not having any, actually it might be one duplicate map in the final, but it's a lot of different mappers, and a few collabs. So we'll be looking to see lots of wide variety of mappers in the grand finals as well. I hope you guys enjoy that announcement I've made. It looks like we're getting to the point where the next game is almost